Listen here. This ain't no house party. Y'all ready to drink? Y'all ready to sweat till y'all stink?
You keep dancing with the devil. One day he's gonna follow you home.
We got us a problem now. What the hell going on?
Oh, we heard tale of a party. This world already left you for dead. I can save you from your fate.
You don't need no saving.
Yes, you do.
And you are?
I am. Your way out.
It's a good trailer, isn't it? So as I said, we didn't review it at the time because we've been off for 2 weeks and it hadn't been screened before we left. So, hybrid period drama horror thriller with a strong musical element, written and directed by Ryan Coogler, who made Fruitvale Station and the Black Panther films. I think is the thing that's probably best known for. So early 30s Mississippi Delta, identical twin Smoke and Stack, both played by Michael B. Jordan. Return to Clarksdale, which, as you and I have talked about before, I've spent quite a lot of time in Clarksdale, home of the blues, home of the Riverside Motel, the place where Ike Turner was knocking together Rocket 88. Anyway, so they buy an old sawmill, which they turn into a blues-filled juke joint, and then their paths cross. This is all against the kind of the backdrop of old school Jim Crow racism. With Irish Nocturne Remick, played by Jack O'Connell, who arrives at the juke joint with 2 compatriots and asks to be invited in. Now, when people arrive asking to be invited in, that means one thing in particular. The film was tailor-made. I mean, because it's been out for a couple of weeks, I imagine that everybody pretty much knows everything about it, but I'm trying not to spoil anything.
Okay.
So, look, tailor-made for me in terms of its thing, 30s Delta blues, Clarksdale, element of supernatural horror, resonating guitars everywhere, mouth organs, story told through dueling musical styles, and, of course, this element of supernatural horror. So here's the interesting thing. So obviously the deal with the devil, everyone, the Robert Johnson story, Birth of the Blues, all that stuff. In that very first email, there was the line about telling the story through music. And this is the thing that particularly gets me about the film. And bear in mind, going into this, I was very conscious of the fact that I'd been sent texts by people that said, this film is made for you. It's got so many things that you're interested in. And immediately you want to go, okay, well, fine. So can I be critical about it? Or am I just going to go, oh yeah, look, I love the fact that it's a dobro resonator. I love the fact that it's there. I love it. I love all that stuff. There is a scene in it in which they go and find the 3 Irish rogues led by Jack O'Connell. And they are sitting at a stop, and they are playing Wild Mountain Time. Will you go, lassie, go, da, 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 that song. Yeah. And it really reminded me of the use of Fair and Tender Ladies in Winter's Bone. That scene when she goes up to the shack and they're playing Fair and Tender Ladies, and you think this is going to go really, really badly wrong. There is no way this is going to end well. It also reminded me, and incidentally, hats off to Ludwig Göransson, who was in charge of all the music. The music is really fabulous. But the fact that they go from the blues joint, where there's the whole thing about, should you be playing this kind of music? You've been blessed with this, and all that stuff is tied up with it. They go that, then they go to this place where there's this rendition of Wild Mountain Time. And I was thinking while I was watching it, this reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? And I say this as a compliment. It reminded me of the way that Alan Parker used music in Angel Heart. Now, Angel Heart is a different setting because Angel Heart is the 50s, although it's changed from the novel. But there's the whole thing in Angel Heart that an awful lot of the story is told through the music. If you listen to the music, it actually tells you the story of the film. And I thought the way that Ryan Coogler used the music, and specifically the kind of dueling musical styles and the narrative of the music, was just, okay, fine. I'm on. I mean, I am on board. I mean, I know the characters are saying stuff and they're doing stuff and all that stuff, but it's the music is telling you what's happening in the film. So I really enjoyed it. I'm really glad I was away when it came out, because I missed the whole thing that apparently has dominated the headlines about how much it cost and how much it will have to take in order to make its money back, which it will do. But it's like one of those things where it's like straight to the heart of the periphery in the case of this. Is that if they, with all this stuff going on in the film, and that's the thing that you're complaining about. Plaudits to the cast, which is a very good cast, including Hailee Steinfeld. Delroy Lindo is terrific. Jack O'Connell is genuinely creepy. Honestly, the film would have had to get a lot of things wrong to have lost my support, because just from the beginning, I was in there. But the fact, for me, the thing that worked for me, and different things will work for different people and different audience experience. But for me, the thing that worked for it was this is a story told through its music, and that it's so well done that the songs are telling you the story.